Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Phantasy Star 4. Now you might be asking yourself why this video is starting off back at the Climate Center. And the reason is, I forgot a treasure box, and my OCD/completionist side won't let that go. So if you're like me, and you want to get as many of the items in the game as possible, I will show you what this box is, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth coming back here or not. So, yeah, it's just a repair kit. Nothing essential by any means, but there you go. Now, in order to get here, in case you forgot or you don't recognize this part of the dungeon, just enter, go straight up the middle into that first door, and then take the right path whenever you can, and you'll get here in just like 3 or 4 screens. It probably took maybe 5 minutes to get here. And for more reference, the path to the left is leading to where that robed quote-unquote boss was in the main control center, so there you go. Now, for today's episode, we're going to do something a little different. I know at the end of yesterday's video I said we would go see what we can do to rescue Kira. However, I'm going to do a little improvising today. This is something I've never done before while playing this game, so this will be a new experience for me as well as you guys. Now, we could go to the northeast to the Garberg Tower to rescue Kira, or we could come down here to another side area. And I'm not even going to bother with these guys. Now, I usually do this after the next main story event so that we have a 5th party member, but I'm going to try this area with only 4. Just to spice things up a little bit. I think it'll be pretty fun to go there with only 4. Now, I'm not going to talk to anyone in these towns. I just want to enter real quick to get them on my teleport list. And from here, I do want to buy some stuff. And as always, I will list everything in the video description for you guys. Here we have the... Actually, I believe it's our first time seeing these Laconian weapons. Very expensive, but very good. We want to get the sword for Chaz and 1 claw for Rika. Oh god, no. Don't need 2 of those. We have good stuff already. And for armor, yeah, let's get the robe for Rune, because he's kind of our tank. Shields are useless, and we are going to want 2 of the males eventually. Like I said, I think in the last episode, they're not totally worth it, but you know, whatever, you may as well get them. Now, for the area coming up, I like to give Rika the Laconian Claw and a Thunder Claw. However, hang on to the Silver Tusk and a spare Thunder Claw. And yeah, it's a pretty good upgrade for Chaz. So I will just sell everything. Well, I can do it real quick anyways. It's only a few things. Let's see, Silver Mantle, that can go. More Flame Sword. I don't know if we'll even have enough to get a Reflect Mail. Huh. Okay, never mind. I guess I will buy those 2 Reflect Mails later. Now, this isn't really sequence breaking per se, because this area is 100% optional. The main story never takes you here, so you're not really jumping ahead and going anywhere you're not supposed to be going or anything of that nature. And in fact, the main story takes you to the towns we just passed up, and you'll probably just wander over here naturally on your own. So, yeah, it's not really doing anything out of order, but let's check out this weapon plant. Oh, okay, well in that case we'll just pack up our bags, go back to Meast, rest, and see what we can do about Kira. No, we actually do want to come in here, even though it is as I said, and as Ren just told us, completely optional. We could leave this as it is and we'll be fine. Now, being another machine center type dungeon, you can already assume we're going to get some pretty good stuff in here for Ren. And actually, now's a good time to make him our tank. Okay. Going down and left are dead ends, so just come up here. This place has a couple, well, all the enemies are going to be new, only a couple of them are challenging. These guys, You know what, let's try Circuit Breaker, see if that works. Yeah, they have a motor cannon which hits all enemies, or all party members, and that did nothing. What? I have never seen that fail before. That's the first. Huh. Well. That was a waste of a turn. I would much rather have just used Tandle with Rune and killed them all, but... Huh. Oh well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, new enemies. Those guys aren't too dangerous. Just watch out for their motor cannon, because if all three of them use it, it could be problematic, but they usually don't. And Chaz are going to be my main healer for this area. Like I said, I usually come here with a 5th party member, and it makes it pretty easy. I want to play this one a little safe. Path to the left loops around to this one, so you can go either way. I prefer this way just because it's closer. Alright, Star Drones, another new enemy. These guys are actually fairly weak. However, they have the annoying ability to cast, I think it's called Flash, and it'll lower everyone's dexterity, and your normal attacks will pretty much always miss. Yeah, there you go. So, against those guys, just go with skills, or use your Thunderclaw. That's the way to go. And this place is actually a pretty good experience with only 4 people. Might be a decent place to level grind. Oh, you know what this means, guys? Yeah! This is where Ren learns the Burst Rocket unit. You might remember that from fighting Dark Force. It's a long-range, semi-automatic weapon that fires heat bursts, or basically napalm. Fuck yeah. And I guess I lied. I could have sworn that the other door looped around. Whoops. Sorry, viewers. I must have completely forgot about that. Well, I guess I can't tell you guys to just remember that pass for a few minutes, because we'll just go back there off screen, because, well, it's kind of too late for that. And it's a short walk, so I'm not too worried about it. That lightning attack that he just used on Rune, if that hit Ren, that would have been very deadly. You remember, androids take a ton of damage from lightning magic. But so far, not too bad. Okay, these guys, especially in this particular combination, can be rather deadly. So Disrupt from Rika with her Thunderclaw, that's the way to go. It'll kill the drones instantly. And where's my Thunderclaw? There we go. Now the Sylvaults on the right there, they have really high evasion to begin with. And they can do Twin Claw, which hurts. So if those drones get off their flash, and you try to just attack the other guy, you'll very, very rarely hit them. And they'll just double slash you like all day. And even the regular attack, if they get a crit, it'll hit you for like 60 to 90, depending who it hits. So yeah, those guys can be pretty deadly. Now this is a very interesting battle. Do you guys remember those slugs way back in the cave next to Iato? Well, let's get Saner going and Chaz will defend. These enemies are very similar in the fact that they can combine or fuse to a new enemy. Yeah, this is a robot in disguise. The Life Deleter, and I cannot believe I just made a Transformers reference. Ugh. Yeah, this guy though just used Spark. He has quite a bit of HP, but goes Spark, Thunderclaw, and then whoops. I was gonna say attack with Rika and Chaz, but either way, there you go. Yeah, look at that experience. I approve. Again, this would be a really good place to level grind. Especially if you fight them twice in a row like that. Holy crap. That usually doesn't happen. I mean, there have been times where I've gone through this entire place and I think I've encountered them maybe twice, 3 at the most. So this is actually very nice. Getting back to the Transformers though, sorry guys, not a big fan of the new Transformers movies. Cartoon was cool, back when I was a kid, and we're talking, you know, I think it was what, mid-80s or late 80s when that came out. Yeah, I was like 5 or 6. The cartoon was cool. But the movies just, they never did it for me. Whoops. Now this guy, I believe he can use Spark on Ren, and he can also paralyze your humanoid party members. So it's best not to give him a chance. Usually, Spark works. Hopefully this is enough to kill him. Okay. Whew. Yeah, really good experience from those guys, man. That's another thing I love about this game, is that it has monsters that can fuse like that and create new monsters. That is really cool to me for some reason. I just love that. You know what? We're just gonna do this the easy way, go with Disrupt. Yeah, Thunderclaw against anything mechanical is just ridiculously good. Always hang on to one. Now this path, we can either go left or right. Now I know for sure that each of these paths, that they don't loop around to each other, and they're both dead ends. So whichever one you want to go to first. If I didn't say so earlier, there is no boss in here. Ooh, this is a lot of guys. We don't have Disrupt, of course, but we do have Air Slash, so we'll try that. Yeah, so there's no boss in here. It's just a nice little side area to pick up some new stuff for Ren. I know it seems kind of redundant going from the Climate Control Center to the weapon plant, but I just figured we may as well do it now, get it out of the way, and like I said, I've never done this before, so it's kind of fun for me to improvise and do new things. Here we get a plasma launch for Ren. It is a rifle, so it only hits one enemy, but it's very powerful, as you can see here. So, unfortunately, we're going to lose his multi-hitting usefulness. I prefer this. Ooh, 2 of these guys. You know what? Let's see if Spark will work. Just double slash and you crosscut. All of those skills are crosscut and double. Yeah, look at that damage. Ooh, Chaz. Oh man. You might have noticed the Thunderclaw only does 150 damage. Hey, they dropped the Plasma Claw. Alright. I forgot about that actually. Cool. A little outdated, but I think it sells for around 4,000, so yeah, it's not bad. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Thunderclaw. When you use it as an item, it does about 150. Whoops. And when Rune does Tangle, it does about 300 to mechanical enemies. And again, that goes back just to the spell power changing depending on whether it's from an item or from a character. And I also mentioned a few episodes ago that Raja's heals heal for more because they scale differently, and I was mistaken. I know that your healing spells are directly affected by your mental stat, and you know, obviously, what's his name? Raja, being a magician, has a really high mental stat. It's better than, well, it's probably on par with Rune's, which makes it better than Rika and Chaz there, which is why there's a discrepancy in their heal amount. But even, you know, late game when Chaz and Rika catch up, I don't remember their heals ever doing as much as Raja's, so that's something I'll have to write down to keep in mind for later, because now I'm interested to know for myself. Rika leveled again. Nice. I would like Rune at least 28. Will he get 29? Oh yeah, we're good. I would like Rune to hit 29 before the next storyline event for a very specific reason. And usually I'm 2 or 3 levels ahead of this when I play the game due to little over-leveling earlier on, but like I said, we'll be okay. It's nothing we can't handle. Really, as long as Rune gets 29, everyone else's levels become inconsequential. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say the balance goes right out the window, but you get access to the most powerful combo attack in the game. We also get access to some Elst armor for Ren. Don't know what that's short for, unfortunately. I know it's already open. Game? Oh man, but this is why I put Ren in front, because now he gets a pretty good defense boost. He's still a few points lower than Rune, but he has twice as much HP, so it's no contest at this point. And if you want to, you can examine this console and get a repair kit. And another, and another, and another. Game? Yeah, you can do that an infinite number of times if you so choose to. Again, I don't find them too useful because I've actually been selling them off screen just to make space. But, you know, there you go. And that is it for the weapon plan. We got a whole new set of gear for Ren, again. Got a little bit of money. And we got a new skill for Ren, the burst rocket. So, alright, let's get out of here. I'm gonna be lazy. Now, let's go back to Jut. I'm going to go for a little bit of length on today's episode because there's one more side quest I want to do before we head over to the Garburuk Tower. And it's really quick. It'll take maybe not even 5 minutes. Like, it's very quick. But first, let's get a Reflect mail for Rika or Chaz. And we will hopefully... Oh, no. Spot that. Hopefully have enough money to buy a second one. Plasma Claw. I guess they only sell for 2,000. Oh well, it's free money, so I'll take it. And it looks like we're gonna be short. Well, we don't need the Thunder Claw anymore, so that's a nice chunk. We might make it, guys. We might make it. We'll see here. Get Rika that Reflect mail. A little better there. Get her the Silver Tusk. Okay, that's her best setup. Can we do it? I'm gonna say no. Yeah, we're still short. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll come back here later and buy that one at some point. One thing to notice too is the merchant sprite is wearing like a brownish peach color uniform, and in the portrait over there it's blue. Yay for discrepancies. Okay, now anyways, I'm going to cut the camera here and do some backtracking, and when we come back I will meet you at the Hunters Guild in Ieto. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. As you can see, we're at the Hunters Guild here in Ieto, and unfortunately due to another cat incident, I had to scrap the footage of the last 30 seconds. So you can't see that I took the mission called Fisher of Fear. And as you can tell by what she's saying here, it's from Eddie and Monson. And basically all it said was, help, my son fell into a crack in the earth, I don't know if he's alive, blah blah blah, you know, send help. And the reward is 5,000 Masada. So this is very quick, very easy. I know the video is already going on 19 minutes, but I want to do this now just because it's the last side quest that we can do for a little while, and there's another reason, which you will see why. So just go to the house right in front of the little crack that you saw out front, And this person's son, named Talus, fell into the crack and disappeared. Creepy groaning sounds. Oh, well, your kid's screwed. There are tremors down there. No. Well, sort of. Oh, I scrolled by that a little quickly. This is called the Hole. Is it as bad as the Hole in EverQuest? No, not quite. Oh man, that place was brutal. No, I'm sure, you know, there's some other kids' shoes, Rika. Come on. So yeah, this place, yeah, look, we're already there. Why does this game keep saying that? Ugh! That's really gonna bug me now. Yes, giant slug. That's kind of like the monsters from Tremor. They're slug, lizard thingies. Now, don't even bother with buffing on this guy. Just go all out. He's very weak to ice, so Nawat will do tons of damage. You could shift on Rika. Oh yeah, I never went over this. Yeah, you can't use shift on Ren because he's an android, and for whatever reason, I don't know if you can hear me spamming that button there, but it won't let me cast a shift on him. But I'm not going to waste a turn. I think it's just best to go all out. He has quite a bit of HP, but he's pretty harmless. Like, I wouldn't even worry about it. Yeah, that's pretty much how this fight's going to go. Let's give Brave Blade a shot. A little better. Nawat's the way to go, though, obviously. I think one more turn should have this guy dead. He is immune to debuffs and instant death, unfortunately. But yeah, look at that experience. Hell yeah. And that's why I chose to do this mission now with only 4 people. And Rune leveled and learned the almighty Ephus. Oh man. Holy elemental damage, all enemies on the screen, and it also gives you access to, like I said, the most powerful double attack or combo attack in the game. It is obscene. Yay! Happy music! The kid's alive! Yay! Happy dance! Okay, that's pretty much all we can do here, so let's just warp out. And the sign's back. Aww. Yeah, unfortunately you can only fight that guy once. And if you do it with a full party, I think he only gives 7,000 experience, which is still, you know, a nice amount, but for as easy as that fight is, you may as well come here with your 4 permanent party members. I mean, there's really no reason not to. Now, ignore that level 30 save. There is one more thing I want to do in this video, but first, you need to set up a really quick macro. And Nawat on Rune, Rika double slash red attack. As you can see here, I set up Blizzard, and you might remember way back when we came here earlier in the game, I told you do not walk around here on foot because it could be the death of you. And I'm about to show you why. Because, no, this is not the right battle. I think now is probably the earliest time that you could do this and not have to rely on luck. Okay, I'll try one more battle, and if I don't get it, I'll just do it off screen and just meet you back here. It requires a very specific battle. Come on. But yeah, like I said, you could have done this earlier. I would not recommend it any time before you get Rune back at the Ladia Tower. And even then, okay, here we go. And even then, it's going to be very difficult for you to win said battle. Now there's a very specific strategy I like to use here. Okay, leave 2 of them alive, and now you want to buff. You want to get all of your buffs in. Saner, D-Ban, Barrier, you want Shift on Rika. You don't necessarily need Shift on Chaz, but it might not be a bad idea just in case Rune dies. However, I'm going to play it a little risky because I don't want this video going on any longer than it has to, so hopefully my macro works and we can do this how I normally do this and not look like a scrub in front of you guys. Okay, we're all buffed up. Now, the trick here is to kill them all except for... Whoa, that was close. Except for 1. You want to make sure you leave 1 of these alive, because this is another one of those fusion type monsters, only in this case the baby sandworm goes underground and calls for mama sandworm, and yeah. Now this sandworm might look like the one we fought back in Mile, but it is clearly not. Okay, we got Blizzard to work, and with Nawat this will do a ton of damage. Yeah, 500. Now if we can survive Earthquake here, we'll be okay. This move hurts. Okay, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. But even with Barrier and D-Ban, 2 of those will wipe out your party. Now, at this level. Now, trying to do this back at like level, 18, oh man, that would game over, no questions asked. Now, this guy has around 1600 HP, so there you go. If you can survive the first round with a Nawat Blizzard, 2 rounds, you should be able to take him out, and you get 5,000 experience. That is one of the best grinding spots in the game, if you ask me. Yeah, it's a little uncommon, but it's still, it's very fast, it's good experience, as you can tell. The fight's not terribly difficult. Just make sure you buff up, so that way Earthquake doesn't fuck your face and you'll be fine. Now if you try to do this, back when you have Demi and you're just walking around here, and you don't know any better, it's game over. Unless you manage to escape, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Although I never tried. Now the other thing is, it's very rare, but you can just enter a battle with that grown-up sandworm already there, and that's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty brutal on the game's part. But anyways, this video has gone off long enough. Luckily there are no more side quests, nothing else I want to show you for right now, so when we come back next time, I will just meet you outside of Mies, and then we will go, finally, see if we can rescue Kira. Until then guys, you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.